from a tube blindfolded? Dirty, dirty man, you.
"12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
Thirsty. So thirsty.
Mary! Oh, no! Mary! Hold on! Please, hold on! Oh, God. No. No. This horror. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain! These patrols are after me. No! No! Don't shoot! This is a nightmare. I need to get out of here. This can't be happening. Over there! There's one of those. There's one of them. No! Please, stop! I mean you no harm. What's going on? Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about?
Shit, where'd it come?
Now, I can defend myself.
Kill that thing!
Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice. Who are you? Stupid beast! I'll take its head! Sorry.
I'm sorry. Really don't want to kill you. But you leave me no choice.
Trust the leech, boys!
No, please, stop!
Don't like burning, does it?
Who are you? What do you want? I mean you no harm. I need help.
Die, you fucking leech!
Please,
I should have checked
listen
that
to
gun.
me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name?
I'll do the rest of the job.
Just leave me. The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone. I need to find somewhere to hide. Let me go! I need to find shelter. Is anybody there? What is this place? The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
What have you done?
Mary! Mary! Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
Ah!
Wait. This one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
That's impossible.
You darn.
Dreams for the Red Queen that sleeps under crown of stone, that she might linger longer, her eyes as white as gold.
Who goes there?
A prayer for the summoned by warrior song. A child born from darkness must take scent of his path.
Who's there? Are you referring to me? No!
Not lit
No.
for once.
I
Why?
still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now!
No! There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing. No, it never got easy. This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it. Rational thinking only. This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Madness it is, as mad as the moon, who tames blood in sunlight into a glowing reflection.
Oh, okay, I remember this. All right. Smokes rocks. Let's let us shut it. Try this one. Try this one. I don't think. With the bite. The bite. Gas regeneration. Ah, damn. Smoke crack, don't you?
That voice in my head. If I'm not mad, then it must belong to the one who made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become.
Where is it? It's closed.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
I slept whatever, like trying to break in all night. The worst.
Here's the leech. Here!
It's a leech.
My head's spinning.
Oi! Come out, you coward!
I cannot enter.
Oh. Use the stake.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End.
Over there!
Go back up.
Use your stake and inflict stun damage.
Die, vermin!
A strength I never knew I had.
It's dead, all right.
It's impossible. Every single and every fiber of my being is afire. I feel like a child learning the limits of my body. My strength, my reflexes. I'm not human anymore.
No, sir, you definitely are not. Vampire shit, yes. That would be special. Dang, that font is bad.
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us.
Look at that rat.
I can't believe I'm doing this. It's locked, all right. The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it. What will London have to say to me? I've so many questions unanswered. Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum? The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant. Fresh blood. The smell is so strong. This is a slaughterhouse. It's locked.
Does he have the key? Chop it open. It's locked. Let's go, Johnny boy.
There is no one in sight. Where has everyone gone?
We're all dead. Eat the rat.
This is despicable.
Yeah. I know, Jim. We don't have a choice, though. Ah, crafting bench. Yeah. forgot every time you upgraded it, and the days skip. So does the town's status. Wait, so I can upgrade my pistol with this? What do I need? Spring, 2 springs. What did I just... One handle part. Alright. Getting me bearings. Follow the killers. There's trails in here, wasn't it? You are the killer. Side.
At last, a little life.
Welcome, sir, to the turquoise turtle.
He didn't deserve this.
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get
Your
some
mom's a
rest.
killer.
This is going to be another long night.
Why is it going to
In
be
bed.
a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came
Running there,
round
no
here.
big deal.
We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and
Clean
no
yourself
one
up,
cares.
Johnny boy.
Where am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Well, like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. A professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
Sure you didn't kill them? Kinda look like you did, pal.
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business, you hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
Jeez.
Poor Jack.
Who's this
He
guy?
didn't deserve this.
Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. we can all be monsters.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Oh, you missed.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
What if I go behind your bar, man? What's going on?
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
Uh-oh. Hearts are beating. Johnny's getting hungry.
Good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
Poor Jack.
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
Saith the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word. With anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you. And who might you be?
Tell me, who are you?
First, tell me what you want. Then I may tell you.
No.
That's none of your concern.
You first.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
What do you say?
You seem the expert. How would that be?
I have my secrets, as you have yours.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docs have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
Got him, man.
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
And what exactly is this Brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
A shadow, indeed. Yet I heard his voice in my head. There was a moment I believed I was mad.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again. Can I have some privacy, please?
Stole your shillings.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir.
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight. And I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please, tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
He's so aggressive. Discovered a hint that reveals a secret about a citizen or someone related to them. Citizen. Tom Watts. You need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar indicates the XP you will earn to feed on this citizen. Lock hints increase the amount. Alright, Tom and William Bishop used to be good friends. Damn right he was aggressive. Dyson Delaney.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
You can force a citizen to reveal information thanks to a hint you discovered. Blue prompt. Alright, so I need more hints before I talk to him? Is that what they're trying to say?
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Who is he?
William. Just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the canning factory before it closed.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. He can barely stand up most of the time.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What do you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
You didn't deserve this.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me? To this city? The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. What's this? Some sort of note.
He's not coming back there, ever. Orders. Multiple deaths in the docks region. We believe a nasty leech is involved. Locate the beast. Purge it, and quickly. Warning. According to the recent reports of Vampyr's violent approach, extreme caution. I know we lack men in this part of town, but don't send rookies to investigate the case. I'm correct. We got a frenzied one killing each night. So always search abandoned places first, like old houses, basements, sewers, or warehouses. Destroy the Leech brothers.
These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters. This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Hunter. Gunner.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line.
You press Y to equip your ranged weapons. Why can't I equip the... You stop making all that noise.
You've got one job, and that's to find me. And find it fast. Fair enough, Tom.
Do I gotta equip the gun? Oh. Oh. Okay. That's why. Ah, I got... Ah. I see. Melee range, blood, shadow. Got it. Try to scout out.
Steady, boys! Fuck, it's fast! Fuck, it's fast! Filthy piece of shit! Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Who's the vermin now?
I have this thirst for blood. Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Why not betray your trust? It's this first, you see. I need a drink, I'm so thirsty. William. As one, we shall overcome this. We've done it before.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Dearest friend, you're my
This
last.
creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Just like that. She was out of my life.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders.
Where do you come from?
Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me. This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
The blood. Must analyze the blood.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... what manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that Skal. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reid.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reid. A surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reid. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, The Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reid, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes.
About time.
So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reid here has just returned from the front. He served King Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
It's my turn!
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
I've a mind to let you bleed out. Good luck then, sir.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
I can see how much XP you obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP. Okay. This blood quality sucks. Mesmerized. Drink the blood of your prey. You first need to mesmerize. Eat out of your sight from above.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
There will be consequences. Give it a shot.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
To embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reid. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions for... What kind of...
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Point. Oh, he has hints too. There.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
If you could...
Second floor of the hospital.
What?
Well, you accept...
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Thank you, Nurse Crane. Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. It's locked, all right. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water. William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. What about my thirst for blood? Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
The morgue has the healthiest status. Yeah. Yeah. Bring back the wallet to its owner. Wanna get a little nasty. Wanna get a little nasty in here. Leave that. No. What are you doing? Go back in there. Honey boy, what are you gonna do? Come on, knock it off. Back in there. Back in there, man. How are you doing? Meters. I don't see anything. Oh, it's underneath, that's what. Below me.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. This key will surely grant me access to the basement. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Whoa, what the hell was that?
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood. It's locked.
What a nuisance.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened.
Open them up.
A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. Tippett has made an It's locked, all right.
Yeah, why are they all locked, Johnny? Where are the keys to these chests? Can you just claw them open? Your vampiric skills. Hey. Hey. Huh? At the night shift. How's this guy? There's more than one.
Scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Accept what you are, sir. Accept what you are, Doc. It is what it is, sir. Dude!
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
On the night shift. Fatigue, anemia. State your weaponry, sir. I ain't got the point. Boy. I'll do with you. treatment for fatigue. Hope I didn't use it. Oh no. I did. Oh no, I used the solution. Why did I do that? Stop.
Good evening, miss.
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency?
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that?
Well, Dr. Reid, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't... It's only a cover.
Who are these?
I cannot say for sure.
The stuff...
I'm not speaking.
I see.
Thank you.
I'll leave you.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor.
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle.
Duty calls?
Many thanks, Doctor.
What a blundering idiot.
Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening.
No, I don't want to talk.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you...
Yes.
Could you at least tell...
Mortimer.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Tell me...
I don't want to talk.
How...
So painful,
I'll let you...
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Matt.
It's my...
I'm Dr...
I'm Beatrice...
What can you tell me?
Not much to say.
May I ask...
I'm a teacher by profession.
Are you...
Yes.
What do you think of your reception here? Any...
I have had...
Is there something in particular that's bothering...
Some of the staff were not as...
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you?
Yes, and I paid without question. I don't expect...
Goodbye, Miss...
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Dr. Reid.
What can...
This hospital...
Can you be...
Well...
What
every day...
news...
It seemed to...
Well, Dr.
Not...
What...
Dr. Reid.
How is the duty...
Everybody...
I'll see...
The pain. It's here again.
Good evening.
Unless you're...
I'm Dr. Reid.
You guessed.
Where... No, if...
You were...
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Reconstructive surgery.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask.
Tell me.
I went with a whore.
Did you start the fire?
No.
What?
I wasn't.
How?
Oh, it's...
Can I ask you?
It's the pain.
Can I do it?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills.
Who is
Nobody since the...
You don't seem...
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry.
Soldier, do you need...
I'm fine.
Goodbye.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Good evening.
Dr. Reid.
What do you mean?
I was not.
You remember?
Thank you. I feel it.
You're in good hands.
Thank you.
What do you...
I managed.
Are you a priest?
Not at all, Doctor.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop?
That's a very strange question, Doc.
Have you made
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke?
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor.
How...
I had received alarming news about...
Why did...
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly...
You dared to enter the...
I'm just a man.
Do you know Tom Watts?
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom.
People are still...
How could it be otherwise?
Who should I avoid?
Not really.
What is the general...
The situation has always been tough.
Who leads...
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long.
Goodbye.
Disgust on every street corner.
It's locked.
The daily routine.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Do you need?
I have.
Then ask away. As men of...
The sun...
You will find...
Must...
You...
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skald?
A Skald is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
Where
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
You mentioned...
Certainly.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries.
Since I'm the...
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
Where do we stand?
Oh, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
What do you expect?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
Why is it? Stop. Stop doing that. Where's this guy at?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reid. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reid. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reid. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet, with all the money, and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reid.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reid. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Good evening.
Good evening. You want to hear?
So,
it's a. It's yesterday.
You
go there.
Are you really?
And why not?
But you're not.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reid.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Have you?
There are
What kind of?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reid.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reid. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running?
Do you know?
That's not a surprise.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is...
Goodbye.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadogan fellow.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan. I can't...
I'm not proud of what I've done.
Goodbye.
The patients are not fools. They know we are overwhelmed by this horrifying... The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp... The lady who saved me that night. before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reid. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
I thought last summer's epidemic was difficult.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm...
Preposterous. Dr. Reid, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Come here, Pippa.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Pippa.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
So angry.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that,
My man.
just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins, but are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke, but we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By abusing the sick and poor?
No. It is my definition of getting out of this useless life once and for all.
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead, or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of all this?
You put a price on hope. This goes against everything you swore to uphold as a nurse.
Report me then, Dr. Reid. Report the little nurse and keep on lying about the surgical errors, the wrong dosages and diagnostics that we all covered for the sake of our colleagues.
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Answer my question.
It was my idea first, even though Milton would say it was his, to protect me.
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
And what about Milton Hooks? Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
If you feel that saving lives is not useful enough, perhaps it means that you've lost faith.
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger. Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that science cannot compete with God.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Gwyneth.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Okay. Yeah.
Why does Dr. Tippett's claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
That'll be all. Opium. Sitting here in a box. Yeah. Hey! Get back. What's up, man? What you doing, man? What's happening? You didn't miss anything, my man. Who's spying on Thelma? Who's spying on Thelma, Jetpack? Gotta find out who's spying on Thelma. Louise? Thelma and Louise? Excuse me, nurse. Step. Might be the last thing you do, while I suck you all of your blood. Oh no. Lost my place. Right here, right? Oh, okay. Super senses. Snuff you out. Whoa. Look at that. Little house. AC went out. I know, dude. I heard you're chilling at around 85 degrees, man. What the hell's that all about, dude? Dude, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That's worse. It's the worst, man.
Stop! See them fancy clothes?
What's wrong with it? Is it broke? Like completely? I mean, I know something's wrong with it, obviously, but like, is it just a condenser, or like it just took a shit on you? That's the worst, dude. That used to happen in my old house too, man. When it just goes on you like that, especially when it's like, it always goes out when you really need it the most too. Freon. Oh, you need a shot in there. So it's not like a window unit; it's a central air unit. Yeah, dude. I don't know if this will work for you if it's one of those units, but if you have an older unit that takes the R22 Freon, not the newer shit, you could just like buy those cans and just like have them on hand and just like shoot it yourself in there when it gets low. I think it's easier to do the R22 than the newer shit that they added. I remember that was my problem, but that was also an easier solution because I had an older unit. Because you could just like go to like an AC store and buy like R22. I think that's what it was called. Place. I forgot I could just jump up here.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
How do I give it water, man? I mean, it should be simple. I just go grab a thing of water and water, but seems to be the problem here. Behandlungen Blutvergiftung? What the fuck? What is that? Behandlungen Blood for gifting. Is that in a different language? Dude, I swear I think that was in a different language for a minute. I should just make some of these just so I have them on me. Everybody needs a cure for fatigue now and again. I think. District status, serious. What the hell is that, man? Not friendly at all. Oh, he's level 18, dude. Yo! What's up? Bonito. What you do? What you do? Shillings. Need more shillings. Upgrade and buy more stuff. Uh-oh. Where am I even going? I'm just like walking into people's houses. I wonder why they're attacking me. Abandoned investment firm. Rangers are attacking me. Citizens to save. Eat it. I feel like it's a trap. Don't do it. Oh no. Oh no, what are you doing?
Help! Some damn strangers are attacking me!
Come on, come down here. I can. Come on. God, I could do that. I gotta remember I could do that. What's going on down here? I'm gonna loot your house, buddy, and then I'll come and save you in a second after I steal all your stuff.
This is Braille. I need someone who can read this.
What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir.
What?
You're
What's
safe
happened?
now.
Oh, a fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir. For a moment, I thought those bloody heathens had killed me.
What are you doing here? This place is not safe.
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent, but those who still live here have gone completely bonkers.
You're very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, filthy immigrants. Fucking savages, every one of them. And now with this bloody fever, they're just animals.
You can find safety of sorts in Whitechapel. If you're quick and cautious, you'll be able to avoid the savages.
Alright, Johnny boy, we all gotta eat some rats now and again. Well, we all gotta do it. We all gotta just bend over and eat some rats every now and then. Gotta clean up Whitechapel. I don't think Whitechapel's even able to be cleaned up. Who is all this shit? I wanna find Thelma and Louise. Find the local command post. Part of. Find the local command. What? Oh, here we go. Back it. 43. All right. No, I was on the right track. Gotta look at the rooftops, man, because there's clues and blinkies galore, and there's shit screaming all over the place. These guys mean business.
It's one of them!
The one with the gun.
He's dead!
Didn't know I could blink through you, did you? Oh my god. I'm gonna die. We're out of stamina. Thank you, sir. Whew. That was close, man. Oh. Thank you, ham hands, for that. What do we got here, Johnny boy? I mean, you got like... This weapon is a little rough for you to swing, man. Like, I'm having a little trouble with this weapon. We might have to upgrade it, or upgrade you. $65 attack speed, 10 attack 15. 5. First, we'll put a hacksaw in there. Need some more. Level the hell up. That's what I need to do. This. Alright. The hell now? Alright. Be sure to thumb a Howcroft about it. Pharmacy. The pharmacy's over here. Oh, no, we're not even close to it. Yo, Axe, what's up, man?
Look lively! It's on to us! Die, leech!
I don't know if you don't drain any of the citizens of the last bosses here. Really? I only drained one. The one from the tutorial. I forget last time if I drained any. Like, I'm sure I did. I can't remember. I remember I didn't drain a lot.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Yeah, Johnny Reid, go get him.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Dude. Quit your whining.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reid, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes.
All right, hey, man.
Yes, I do.
Good.
Thanks
now
for the raid,
leave
man.
this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Headache, sir. I thought that was the thug in the sewers. I was gonna like, when did he get changed?
What sort of creature is this?
Dude, shoot! I'm locking on him. Shoot him! Oh God! No, do it.
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
I see your butt. Hey, man. Don't worry about it, man. No need to thank. Need to thank me, sir. You are sick if you have money, whoever you are, wherever you're from. Come see Dorothy to get help. No tricks, no charges, no questions asked. Just find Darius Petrucci's house and present his coupon. Some
voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Johnny boy, what are you doing? What's that do? That doesn't do nothing. This crazy ass thumb at. There she is.
The daily routine.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the
shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time. Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind. Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense, now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reid. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with fever.
Damn. The pain.
There again.
Days ago. This is my first patrol. Leech spotted! Watch out, boys! Die, vermin!
Shit.
Better go home, sir. I'll send you back in a fucking grave! He's dead! Die, vermin!
Yeah!
I cannot enter. Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
This note was found on a dead man, Albert. If that doesn't change your mind, then you must be ready to face the risks.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I've a future here.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane?
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
What happened?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Oh, asshole. Okay, I'll lure you off into an alley and eat you.
Goodbye,
Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reid, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. It's just a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
What can you tell me?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go?
Not since the death of my wife. Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Johnny Reed's beard game is strong, brother.
Perhaps
Look at that.
you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my
Tightly
son just
groomed,
stole
man.
my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Whatever the boy did,
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head.
Sick
See, and
in
the
the head.
boy just frayed me last nerve.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar, a coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now. How are you?
I'm not your...
Goodbye, young.
Boots will be proud of me.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reid, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Tell me,
The region itself is something to see.
what do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
What you got? Swanborough cordial, huh? That all about. List of ingredients printed in Latin. This item can be recycled into. You got stuff I might need. Right now, but maybe.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking about. They kept talking about everything and the signs on the walls and shit.
Good evening, Benjamin.
Oh, this guy again.
When science fails you, this
Prevent disease. Don't spit, sneeze, cough. Like, that's like the shit you see like up on the walls now. Who's this shady man?
Good evening, sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed.
I think I killed this dude.
But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reid.
I think he flapped his gums a little too
Doctor?
much.
In Whitechapel, what an opportunity. My name's Bates, Cadogan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here.
I'm looking for Dorothy...
Dorothy Crane, bless her soul. I really should thank her someday.
Has she treated you?
No. When I need a checkup, I'd go to a bloody doctor, not some back alley clinic full of sick foreigners.
I want to know everything about the recent violence, Cadogan. And I want the truth.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people. But that's business, isn't it?
Take this as my final warning. You will not profit from the misery of others. Business is one thing, but what you do is quite another.
Really? What you gonna do? You ain't from here. You ain't Whitechapel, Doctor. You wouldn't know the first thing about playing dirty, even if you wanted to.
You seem to have recovered well since your attack.
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. It made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you. It's unusual to see someone so happy around here.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes.
What is your...
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see.
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
In other words, you take advantage of these poor lost souls.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
What help could I...
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reid, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
I've no interest in money.
So it's a no, then. That's too bad. The Reid tonic could have really helped people, you know, save lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swanborough shit.
Tell me, what...
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But there's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
I'm looking...
Dorothy
Tell me truthfully, why are you so thankful?
By keeping my tenants alive, she's making me a rich man. Every month they live, it's more coin in my pocket.
Goodbye.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now, goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
There it goes.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
Hey.
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Dude, that glitch would have screwed me up. Some poor guy I read, he was waiting 2 years to figure out the answer to that glitch. And some dude's like, oh yeah, you have to walk slowly up to it and hit your senses, and then it'll activate. It's a bug. Dude's like, oh, 2 years later, and I could finally finish this mission. Where'd this guy come from?
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reid.
Doctor?
Dr. Reid likes to ask questions.
How is business?
Business?
I see.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me...
Who's Joe Peterson?
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
What you mean besides the epidemic?
Violence is...
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever. Madness. Something like that.
Where did this happen? Fever. Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Have you...
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrant.
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Right then.
Be sound, man. Be sound. Well, you got some upgrade materials. Let's keep you in mind. Joe Peterson.
I should never have taken up my...
Excuse me.
Another journalist?
I'm not a journalist.
A doctor, you...
Really? But still, here I am.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys again.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
May I ask?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to...
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Have you heard of a nurse?
Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye.
Joe, please. Fancy buying.
You never... Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I've known Joe for years.
What can you tell me about...
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer. Good...
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we?
And no one has ever stood up to...
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against the wet boot boy.
Good. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reid, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm a Harry, by the way.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
He's gonna rob some of your stuff, man. Mind me.
Even my dreams are gloom.
It's locked, all right.
You need a damn lockpick, Johnny Reid. That's not even in here. Liar.
So,
I'm not bothered. Yes?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day.
Speaking of which...
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things.
Forgive my bluntness.
Why should I?
You have a roof over your head? A place to call home?
That's exactly what my father says.
If
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reid. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends.
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died.
It's higher than the temperature outside.
Started
Oh, man, really?
I don't know.
You got any fans at least or something, man?
Have you tried speaking to Mr.
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone.
But you are not responsible for your father's action.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reid.
Goodbye.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
This dude's his dad.
You again?
Here again.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
I've always put my son's interests above everything.
You really love your son, don't you?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side.
Since the criminal nature of your
I've seen
job
Olivier in all
means you
but
could
two
be
rooms.
arrested,
One staining
are you
fan,
not
I
afraid of
can't
what
really
would
move
happen
due
to
to
your
the way I
boy
ran
if
the
you
court?
were?
Ah.
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that
Oh,
ever occurred,
man.
I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe?
That's the worst.
You
dude.
know
It's so
it doesn't
uncomfortable, man.
suit you.
Ugh.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. People won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor.
Good.
Let your guard down, sir.
Message the landlord, but I don't know if we got a tech out here by tomorrow. Yeah, dude, you might have to. You might have to do that shit yourself, man. Screw it. Have him reimburse you.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals
My name is
about the
Dr.
incoming
Reid. I have a few
Armageddon.
questions
I am
like to ask.
Dr. Jonathan Reid, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Shut up!
Do you know...
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that nurse Crane.
Can't go in here tomorrow. I will, and deduct it from my rent. There you go, man.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work?
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. What?
All
Quite a...
but you...
Well...
As a doctor, you must be aware...
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Yeah, I know. He finally,
fire.
He found himself a, a wardrobe.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and pure.
I like how nobody questions his face. Like he's got like the veins, like his eyes are all bloodshot.
Fire is just the instinctive answer of a caveman facing something he does not understand. This is the 20th century.
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada.
Just a dash of the plague. Got a little bit of the plague going on.
Son, if you think salvation is a free gift,
Little Spanish flu.
go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
People say some, like, I don't even know. They always got something to say about somebody else.
Have you any friends?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son.
I bet you do, father.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Oh man.
All's quite for you.
Well, what do you mean?
The beast.
Go, man. Do you think, dude?
The walls of your home will not protect you, for there is no
Creepy father. Don't touch me there.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
Well, finally, somebody I have to talk to.
You could help me since you're a journalist.
My name is Jonathan Reid. I'd like to ask you some questions.
Reid.
Dr. Reid, the famous surgeon.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about...
There's a war going on.
I served in France. Our top priority must be to put an end to this butchery. This war must stop now.
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war is going on, and it must be stopped.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
What is a journalist doing in this bar?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth?
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious, never goes out, doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
angel made flesh, I tell you.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I'm looking for
Dorothy Crane.
Tell me, Mr. Nether.
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it?
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Saw her.
Perhaps you're just afraid. One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
In what way?
The struggle by gaslight.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox.
Vivid, of course.
Oh yes, the poignant distress.
What are you talking?
Are you?
But this is...
I understand.
I don't care.
If some...
Well, you, for a start.
What are your terrible... What are you talking...
Do you remember London before the flu?
Yes.
Most people fail to understand my perspective.
May I?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk.
If you say so.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go both.
But are you not afraid?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures.
I'll leave. Good evening.
And good evening.
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time, my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
Still?
With thanks to my parents, actually.
You seem embarrassed.
Someday I hope to proudly offer my first public...
I'll leave you. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reid. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well.
So much for that comment.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reid.
All right then, but be quick.
I don't... You seem to...
Dorothea helps the sick people of
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London.
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time.
What?
How can you speak about starvation?
Are you talking from...
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
All right.
Christina, have you been examined?
I don't like doctors.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have...
If it is going to happen, it...
You can put...
And you think that would worry me? Are you...
I have... I always thought I was the...
You know, this money is not only for...
Goodbye. Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Vampires, buddies for life. I am Dr. Acula. You may call me Dimitri. Dimitri, don't mind. I'm gonna go around. Part of my thing is go into pretty shillings and whatever you have in your cabinets. Me for the moment. Shortly. Stuff in this thing. Mom. Letter. Whatever it is. Mine.
It's locked.
Dr. Acula. Why do you come? Go away. Not want to see you. Don't leave my house. Dorothea, I'm here for my appointment. I must do some yoinkage first. Oh wait, is this where the scream? I think it is. The scream. Or maybe it's... Looks like it is. Maybe not. I'm taking all her shit. Oh yeah, this is the place.
I need help!
Lucky I'm a doctor.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor.
You have a pen.
He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor.
Turn it into a thing. You can hear him.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see.
Get a grip.
I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
And some for myself, because I'm thirsty.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
Be the loot first, woman, and then we'll speak.
To what do I owe this courtesy?
Why are
It's
all
locked,
these
all right.
chests locked? I need key.
This is an unfitting place for the illustrious Dr. Reid. You shouldn't be here. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reid?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
You rhymed.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty, nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
How dare ye?
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
I could charm her.
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
This dude turns into a thing and then kills her. Pretty sure that's what happens.
It's locked.
It's locked. Uh-oh. What the hell?
Oh, this one's stinking. Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Arm is blue because you have all the information about... Oh, is that what it does? Because I have all the hints and stuff? Okay. So it is good to get all the hints then if you want to... Okay. Nice. Thank you for that. I was curious why I had that option. I just thought it was part of his thing. I know when the mesmerize thing is low, you can't persuade. But I knew there was like a persuasion option when it said charm. But well, you know, and it was blue, and it was weird because.
Steady, boys!
No. He's getting tired. Not always the best option, I think, but at least it's special for you. Yeah. Yeah, I forget what, like, I forget how I haven't played this since it came out. So, like, I forget all the, like,
As long as you have the money.
the way I went about things last time. Like, I don't remember doing that, like, what happened at the table. I felt like it went different last time I played. I might have picked different options or something. And I don't remember charming her. I remember it going a different way. But I might be thinking shit up.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Safe house.
Kill him, boy! Burn him, boy! Crush the leech, boys!
No, no, what? Stop switching the thing. Get out of here. Ah! Settle down.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reid. I like a man who speaks his mind.
What prevails in the end, I wonder? The desire for blood, or to be of service to man.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
The background music sounded a bit like In the Arms of the Angel. You think I was playing Sarah McLachlan, man?
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter skull.
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Are there many?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. but you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen. They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society, and like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Uh-oh.
Excuse my forwardness, but... are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a
Ew.
foolish immortal
Alright,
would
whatever.
create a progeny without taking precaution. And I'm no fool.
The beard gets in the way of the bite.
A vampire?
Such a crude word.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
You call yourself something else then?
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
I bid you farewell. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here.